silence. Every word, it's every line that I smoke in existence. Maybe you can strain to hear my voice through the quiet. From my human to my memory, the testaments to take in breath. Don't leave my memory to fail and fade into oblivion. safe, but I'm tired of the lies. I'm not okay. They come up, those thoughts of mine, they're trying to bury me. Down into the ground, they run at night, right through my mind, telling me all is love. Keep me inside, I can never break away from the noise. I try to keep it down. I'm never up, this isn't love. I'm tired of all the pain, but this is who I am. I'm standing at the edge. I'm all alone again. I don't wanna feel this anymore. I tried so hard for you. I kept all the pain inside, the darkness in my mind. But I'm so tired of this lie. I'm not okay. They come up, those thoughts of mine, they're trying to bury me. Down into the ground, they run at night, right through my mind, telling me all is love. Keep me inside, I can never break away from the noise. I try to keep it down. I'm never up, this isn't love. I'm tired of all the pain, but this is who I am. I've been fighting with every breath I take until fire gone. I've been fighting with every breath I take until fire gone. They're trying to bury me. Down into the ground, they run at night, right through my mind, telling me all is love. Keep me inside, I can never break away from the noise. I try to keep it down. I'm never up, this isn't love. I'm tired of all the pain, but this is who I am.
All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Banger Wednesday. If you enjoyed those tracks coming into the episode tonight, you can find all of them on our official Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist, and that is where you will find every band here tonight after the show. We'll add them as well. For those of you that are new to the show, what we try to do here, this is where everyone from our music scene comes together to support each other. We feature bands, we listen to their music, we comment, question, and just raise them up because they work hard to make these tracks, and we just want to make sure they are heard and appreciated. And as we normally go, I don't talk too much in the beginning, so I'm gonna drop straight into announcing the bands we have tonight. Tonight we have Our Last Day in Light, Psychotic, Von Spriggan, Kingseeker, Among the Lies, Cat's Paw, and Elijah. So, as you can see, we got them all in Discord. Look at all those beautiful faces. And I see we got a number of people here in chat already. So, I think we got a good show lined up tonight, guys. So, what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and just go straight into our first band. I have Matt and Brent with Our Last Day in Light. Why don't you guys go ahead and say hi to everyone?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Matt,
And I'm Brent.
and
Outstanding.
we're from Our Last Day in Light.
Yeah. So you guys submitted a track. Remind me, what's the name of that track?
So the track we have for you today is called "Line in the Snow," and we just released it about 2 weeks ago. And it's really just all about. I know always have those jobs where you have that person who's just fucks with you all the time, and um, there's certain people in our lives that really can make it a living hell. So that's really what this song's about.
Oh man, well, I'm already excited because I can name quite a few people I would love to let know how I feel. Cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to add to that before I go ahead and just roll straight into it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're also from what Wakmachdoo First Nation on the Hudson-based coast in Quebec, Canada. So we live in a place that's super isolated. It's a fly-in-only community, um, and opportunities like this are really how we're going to get the word out about our band and hopefully get out into the world and come see y'all.
Nice. So I have to ask, and it's meant to be funny. How's the Canadian bacon out that way?
Oh man, maybe not so much bacon, maybe a lot of caribou and geese.
Oh, okay,
That's for
okay.
sure.
Right on, right on. All right, well, you know what? That's enough talk. Let me go ahead and just drop that track, and then we'll talk about it afterwards. So here we go with Our Last Day in Light, Line in the Snow.
For each the blizzard take you and bury you beneath the frost. Let the blizzard take you and bury you beneath the frost. Keep all your words hidden behind your clenching and don't deserve the muggings and torture. You'll never know how far I've come or I'll go. I've drawn my line in the sand. Keep all your words hidden behind your clenching and don't deserve the muggings and torture. You'll never know how far I've come or I'll go. I'll draw my line in the snow.
All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, Matt, Brent. Unmute yourself because we have to talk. So definitely feeling the metalcore. I think we all can agree with that, right? Right, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was a really cool track to listen to for a number of reasons. Obviously, it's metalcore, but what was cool about it was there were moments where you kind of nailed that, like as I lay dying kind of syncopation that the guitars do with the drums that famous for. That's what makes them them. You kind of had that in there, and I saw someone else in chat say it. I saw Kill Switch Engage, which is my favorite too, and it was funny because 1 minute you're getting that Azalea dying vibe, and the next minute you Kill Switch. And I definitely heard it in that solo. That was definitely kind of like a Kill Switch style solo. Definitely had some feels in it, nice phrasing, and the clean vocals were amazing. Remind me, are one of you guys the vocalist?
Yeah, so I do all
think-
the heavy vocals, and then Brent does the clean singing as well.
Great. I mean, both of you guys just nailed it, man. It was a really well done track, and it kind of got me excited because normally when you get a metalcore track, a lot of times, and we see it on a lot of episodes, you get a metalcore track, and everyone in chat and in Discord's like, yeah, that sounds, it reminds me of like Trivium, Asley Dying, and Kill Switch, and you guys were kind of jumping around, which was really cool, which makes you unique, you know. Great track. I mean, I keep saying it over and over again, and definitely a banger.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Thank you.
scroll through chat here a little bit and make sure I didn't miss any comments. You know, Bo really was digging it. Cat's Paw was digging it. We got Vaughn in there, great vocals. Eat It Chinos, he was one that mentioned the getting some Kill Switch vibes. Yeah, man. I mean, great track, start to finish for sure. And you said you guys are out in Canada, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
You guys are making it into the States anytime soon?
Well, that's just it. We pretty much we live in the Arctic, so it's super expensive and difficult to pretty much get anywhere, let alone to travel and try to do this thing.
So
Pretty
you
much we're
guys
stuck here.
you guys are way up north then. I don't know Canada
Yeah, we're on
that
the
well.
Hudson Bay coast. We're on the Hudson Bay coast, which is past the 48th parallel. We're about 200 kilometers from the tree line. We got polar bears. Like it's very cold, very remote, very far removed from. I mean, we're about 1,600 kilometers from Montreal, so about 1,000 miles from Montreal.
Well, for us here in the States, you can tell he's a long ways away whenever he has to tell you in kilometers. You just confused
Yeah.
all of us. No, just messing.
Yeah, sorry,
It's all good.
but
No,
I did
you're
the
all
math
good.
for you, so
No,
it's okay.
all good. No, it's all good. It was translation is a long ways away.
Oh
But
yeah,
love it,
yeah,
man.
it's-
I love it. I love getting guys from other countries on here and bringing their vibes. It's great. I did see another question in chat. Someone was asking if you guys self-produced everything, or did you actually hit a studio, or what?
That's a great question. Brent could answer any of those production questions because he produced everything, mixing, mastering. It's all done himself. You know, being up north, that's kind of the way it is. You got to learn how to do stuff for yourself. So
Yeah, everything's self-produced. It took years. I had that song in my storage for I don't know how many months, maybe years, until Matt joined our band and we kind of collaborated on one of our first singles that we released. And after I don't know how many years now, 2-3 years, I'm slowly cooking up the EP, and then this is one of the songs that we finished recent.
Right. So being that remote, do you guys even, if you had the money or wanted to, did you have access to any studios out that way, or is it you just were kind of screwed either way?
It would
We, I
you'd
mean,
feel a
we would
huge
have
budget to be able
different.
to do it.
Yeah,
Okay, so but there
and
are studios somewhat within your reach if you.
yeah, but it's
good to
mostly like country or rock,
Oh,
but
I
no
see.
metal studios.
And see, and that's cool. And I'm glad someone asked that question because that's something that's really cool, I think, for everyone to know whenever they're listening to these tracks. Because some of these, let's say all of the tracks that we've played on the show have been amazing quality. And just for listeners and other bands to see that, hey, look, you can get amazing quality and not have to dump a whole bunch of money going to a studio. It's possible. You know, you just gotta do the research and put in the work because it's a lot of work. You know.
Yeah,
Yep.
Brent also did go to college for music production, so he's starting his own music type business up in up where we are as well. So there's a little bit of education behind it as well, but
Yeah.
it's been
So he
a
cheated a
labor of
little.
love for sure.
Yeah, he cheated a little.
Yeah, a little
Not
bit.
like the rest of us, you know. Yeah, that's good. No, I mean, it's great. It's good to see that you got the education and you actually put it into to use. Because I know a ton of people that went to college for things and they do nothing remotely close to what they went to school for. And I'm sure it's great that you get to do something that you love as well. That's awesome, guys. So let me ask you this: where you guys primarily plug in everything in? Is it you primarily on Spotify, YouTube, or are you just everywhere? Is TikTok? Where can we go?
Yeah, so pretty much we're mostly active on our Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Our last day in light for all of that. And we're slowly starting to roll out more content as we're about to release our EP entitled Elemental. And we're just wrapping up 3 more songs. So if you like that one, that's pretty much what we're going to be putting out.
Roundabout when you guys think you're releasing that? Any idea?
I'm hoping late January.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I tell all the bands this isn't a one-hit wonder show. You guys are always welcome back. Obviously, I try and get new bands in whenever I can first, but if I have slots open, you guys are more than welcome to come back with another track. You guys definitely know how to throw down, and we would love to have you back for sure. And for everyone out
Fantastic.
there listening, I'm gonna get some of these plugs from these bands. I will put them in the description on YouTube because this video will be taken off of Twitch and uploaded into YouTube. So for those of you watching in the future, hey, future people, yeah, we'll put it up on YouTube in the coming days. For those that missed the live show or want to go back and rewatch the show, it'll be there. I'll have plugs in the description. And again, just to let you guys know and remind you, I should say that all these tracks will be on the official Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. So find that as well. I'll have the plugs in YouTube as well. Excuse me, had a frog in my throat. But with that said, is there anyone in chat that has any more questions for this band, or anyone in Discord has any questions for the band?
It's not really music related, but do you guys get that crazy night cycle where it's like 30 days of night? Is that how far up north you are?
We're not quite that far, but like for instance, right now, the sun will come up maybe about 10 and it goes down about 3. So we're only about 5 hours sunlight a day.
Crazy.
That sounds great if you're a vampire.
And the summer is the opposite though. So the sun will go down at 1 in the morning, be up at 6, and it's never really gets dark.
Oh, no, it doesn't sound fun either. Fun fact in the chat, someone apparently went and did the math and said if they were to buy a flight from Indiana to where you guys are, it would cost $2,166 American dollars.
Yep.
Which isn't cheap.
Nope.
So that's what I was trying to say before. People think of an expensive flight, but it's crazy.
That's it. Well, again, thank you guys for showing up to the show. Thanks for providing a badass song. And again, I'm gonna get some plugs from you guys and make sure it's in the description and YouTube. And again, just really appreciate you guys coming.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us.
Yep, yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Okay, and with that said, we're gonna move on to the next band, and Brendan is here with Psychotic, and this is a band we've had on the show before. Unfortunately, we had a couple bands drop out tonight, so I reached out to him, and he was able to hop on and fill the slot. So we got him back. So Brendan, why don't you tell us about the track you got? Actually, you know what? Let me back up. Brendan, why don't you fill everyone in on a little bit of your backstory and the band, because I think it's an interesting story. So why don't you let those new people know what's up with that?
Yeah, so when I came on the show before, I showed my song Deaf, and that's about how I am half deaf. Around like 21, I found out I lost a good majority of my hearing, or not a majority, but like half of it, and so now I wear hearing aids in both ears, and so that was just like a really crushing and depressing time for me. So, I mean, the hearing aids are nice in the sense they're like AirPods. I can listen to music through them. I can make phone calls, a bunch of stuff like that. But it's only going to get worse as I get older. And just like, especially because I lost the mid range, it really impacted guitar, which is my main instrument. So, yeah, it was just a very troubling time for me. And that's what the song is about.
Yep.
This week, we're doing Aggression Redux, which is like gym music. It's really genty, just like I hope it's a banger. And yeah, like just really punchy. About like just like how difficult like the dating world is now and everything. And I'm excited to show you all.
Yeah, and like Brendan said, the last song he played for us was Deaf, and it was a great song and a great story. It was inspiring for a lot of people, because he's fighting with something that a lot of us take for granted, being musicians and people who love music in general. I mean, what would you do if you all of a sudden had trouble either hearing the music that you love or even writing your music, So it was definitely a great story. It was a great track. So I was more than happy to get him back to show us what else he's been cooking up. So why don't we just hop straight into it? And we are going to play Psychotic, and the song is called Aggression Redux. So here we go, guys. All right, psychotic. Brendan, hop back in on the mic. I got things to say.
Yeah.
So, man, I definitely see what you were saying about the gym music. You definitely turned up the energy level on that track. I like it. Def was a great track as well, but you definitely turned up the energy on this one, and I feel it. Um, so yeah, I do want to touch on a few comments I did get in chat. Well, first off, everyone loved the track, Brendan. One, one of the track comments was Nick Nocturnal in the bottom right of the browser seems to be feeling this track. So he was looking at the YouTube video I was displaying, and it was one of the videos at the bottom right. So I'm gonna steal a few minutes from you, Brendan, because I want to touch on this real quick, and I'm coming right back at you. So a little backstory behind this show. Nick Nocturnal is one of the reasons why we're doing this show right now. Obviously fall down the YouTube rabbit hole all the time, and Nick is one of the ones I follow, and he's one of the guys, it's famous for doing reaction videos. And, I'd go down the rabbit hole watching all these YouTubers react to bands, and it's always, the same bands that we already know, the bands that we're already going to hear their track. And it's great what he does. It's fun. It's great to watch. But I got to thinking, what about all these other bands that do not have that outlet and platform and to be heard? What about us little guys? So to speak. And that's what kind of started me down this path of why don't we just kind of come together and do something like that, but I don't know, better and for people that aren't usually heard. So that's part of the reason why we're here. So it's funny that it played out that way, where someone noticed him in the corner because he was one of the main ones that I used to watch and said, "Hey, let's do something." But yeah, anyway, back to Brendan, the man of the moment. Yeah, dude, energy level turned up, and it still is amazing that you can, write stuff that sounds so great with that, issue that you're battling. It's great. It's a huge inspiration to everybody.
Thank you.
And honestly, man, I just hope you just keep doing the damn thing, man. Don't let it ever stop you. Just keep pumping it out, because you're definitely writing some bangers.
Hell yeah. Thank you. So I saw that someone asked if I do everything. I wanted to say, so I hired someone for half the vocals, and then I did the other half. I wrote almost all the guitars minus 2 rhythm parts, and then I wrote the drums and did the bass. So like I basically put most of the song together, and it was a lot of work, but I'm very pleased with how it came out.
Yeah. So you mix and mastered at home as well?
No, unfortunately, I don't do that. That's where like the 2 guitar parts I didn't write were from my producer, and he actually wrote them a few years ago when I first tried doing music, and it didn't work out. But I felt right going through the producer that wrote those tracks to like kind of give him credit.
Yeah, most definitely. Great, man. It's a great sounding track, and I'm looking at all the guys in Discord throughout the track. They were all banging their heads, and hey, man, if you got us banging our heads, you did something right. That's all that matters.
Sweet.
But great, man. I'm so glad you came back and helped me out fill in that slot, and it was worth it, man. It's a great track. Great track.
Thanks for having me. I'm up on Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, all that stuff. Psychotic. I have so that song Deaf. There's also another song Disgust out, and then I'm trying to pump out some more songs too. I don't know how soon, but I hope to have it soon.
Yep, most definitely. And yeah, again, I'm gonna keep talking about the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. Def is on there. This track will be on it with it, and it is definitely a great track. I actually, and this isn't me just trying to push the playlist, but I listen to playlists all the time, because I mentioned it, I think maybe the last episode or the episode before came into this. I really had no expectation, because like I told you guys before the show, I don't listen to any of these tracks before. I come in here and I'm listening to them for the first time, so I had no clue what to expect, and I have yet to get anything that I couldn't get into or was just a bad song, which I hate to say that, but there were no songs that were bad. That playlist just hits. I can get in the car, I click on it, and I can just roll through it, and I'm like not disappointed ever. And you kind of go through the gamut of subgenres too, which is also like really awesome. You got tons of playlists out there, and it's all gent, it's all this, it's all that. You go to this playlist, and it's like you can 1 minute be hitting, heavy gent, and next minute you're over there kind of with some screamo, and the next minute you're even softer than that, but you're still in the metal world. But it's a great playlist, and if you guys keep bringing tracks like that, it's only going to get better. So thanks again, Brendan. And I'm going to go ahead and keep moving forward unless anyone else has anything to say.
I liked it. It's really cool.
Yeah. Go ahead, Vaughn. I saw you.
I was interested with that, like, so with the deaf thing, like, do you just crank up the hearing aids and just push through it? Like, it's fucking cool, man. Like, it's inspiring as shit. I'm here with, like, a sore pinky and, like, complaining, like.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's wild that you mentioned that because Up Jam broke this finger. But aside from that, yeah, like I mean, it's depressing at times, but I just try to remember that, you know what, this is also for me, and that I want to put out music I can enjoy too. So, and just deal with it, and who knows, maybe in 30 years they'll have like electronic ears, and then I won't even have to worry about it.
Oh yeah, man, technology is advancing every day. I mean, all the crazy things we can do, with music in general, and that's all sound related. Advances we make in there's no reason for me to not believe that they couldn't create something to help your particular issue. So I mean, I would stay hopeful, man. I think your odds are great that something's coming that's going to help you out tremendously. But keep doing it, man, because obviously you don't need it, because you're still killing it, bro.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's keep the show rolling. And up next, we're going to go with Vaughn Spriggan. I think I pronounced that right, buddy? Oh, I think you might have been muted there.
There we go.
Press
the right button.
There we go.
That'll help if I press the right button.
Yeah.
Cool.
So just tell us about the band. Tell us about the track you submitted.
Yeah. Solo artist from a little town in Western Australia. This song is called Erata. So this one's actually like a really important song for me. Erata is like an old Greek sort of Stoic philosophy thing about, like, basically just means honor or excellence. And it's about like doing everything with like honor and excellence. This song started about 3 years ago in an old band that I was in, and I kind of gave them the song, and it fizzled out. It sat there for 2 years, and the band kind of didn't do anything. And then the band kind of fucked up, and it made me super depressed. And it's like, oh, what a waste of time. So this is important to kind of like do this song for myself and kind of like bring it back. And it's based on an old Gaul war prayer. So I study a lot of history stuff. So they used to say these lines before they'd go into like battle with the Romans and stuff. And it's kind of my way of being like, no matter what happens, I'm going to just like push for honor and excellence. No matter how fucked up the world gets, no matter how shit things are, it's like doesn't detach from me. Like I'll be me and do things to the best I can, like at all times. So yeah, it's kind of just about power, I guess. And like being the best you, and fuck the world, don't let the world's hate make you hate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it's about that. Some weird things happened when I was recording it too. Like I had to change like the key again and stuff. And when I was doing the vocals, I hit this moment, and I ended up keeping it in the song. I kind of struggled with it for a while, and it's I was just kind of like getting the vocal lines ready, and it, like something kind of just came in and like just kind of went a bit psychotic. And I kept that vocal line in there. And that day, like I hadn't planned to sort of record vocals, and I found like a new way to kind of like use my voice. So and since then I changed slightly the way that I sing and warm up and stuff, and feel like I got way more range and power. So it was an interesting thing, like where it was 3 years ago, the band fucked up, like it was a forgotten song, and then like redoing it and what the song's about, it kind of like, yeah, I felt pretty pumped afterwards. And like kind of, I was glad I could kind of capture that moment in a song too, like where it was completely lost in that moment. And it's hard to do sometimes when you're recording yourself, to get like really lost in it, so yeah, I was glad I could kind of catch that.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's enough.
No, it's great. I mean,
and it starts off kind of weird, so.
No, it's great. But I mean, I'm going to say a few things before we hop straight into it. One, I see you have like a super fan in chat, so you might want to peek that way. But no, I do want to touch
It helps
on.
when you put out,
Yeah, right. But I do want to touch on something. Just again, it was said earlier in the chat. It's great when you have a song with a story, and it's great to hear your story behind this track as well. And it's something that I think gets overlooked so many times in our genre of music, and I know some of the guys are going to shake their heads immediately when I say this next part, because I say it in almost every episode, that the metal community gets a really bad rap, that the minute they hear the word, oh, it's a metal song, they automatically get this image of the black and white face paint, murdering babies and worshiping Satan and stuff, And that's all fine and dandy if that's your genre. Cool. I dig it. But, all of us kind of get wrapped into that stereotype, and so many people miss out on songs that have such great meaning and stories and can be so inspirational, just because they don't give it a chance, because they got this preconceived notion of what it's going to sound like. And that's one of the things that I really like. I listen to everything, I really do, but it sucks so much that like every pop song is about, I don't know, what's Taylor Swift writing about, boyfriend breakups and stuff, every song, and rap, it's always money, gangsters, thugs, and whatever. But you really listen to some of the songs that come out of our genre, and it's some really deep stories that can move someone, and it's amazing. And that's one of the things that I've always loved about our particular scene, because the people that come up with this stuff are super imaginative, super in tune with their emotions, and are very good storytellers, man. They tell great stories. I mean, every band. And so that's something I always like to point out, because I just hate it so much that there's that negative stereotype with metal. So I just wanted to point it out. And you have a great story to this song, and I'm ready to get into it. So I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna play the damn track. So all right, here we go. This is Von Spriggan. Here we go. All right. Oh. We don't want to roll on to another song just yet. We got to talk about Vaughn. All right. So I'm gonna start off with a question. If I forced you, Vaughn, to pick one band that you thought that song probably had some resemblance to or maybe inspired, who would you pick? Just out of curiosity.
Wardruna.
Huh?
Wardruna.
Okay.
So yeah, Wardruna is like they do kind of like stuff you'd hear on like the Viking soundtrack and stuff. I end up listening to lots of them, and I really like it because the guy he actually searches through old archaeological records and stuff of like all the ancient instruments they used to use, and then would figure it out. And no one's played them or heard them for like thousands of years, so he'll like make it from like figuring it out and stuff, and then go figure out how to play it and make songs from it. But there is this kind of like rhythmic kind of like chant to it. So I like that because that's where all the chanting and like all the throat singing and stuff at the start was trying to bring something like really ancient into something like really modern as well. Like I like to be able to mix those two things because yeah, Sepultura as well. Sorry in chat. But yeah, I feel like music is so primal and it's been around for so long. It's like really important, and I feel like metal and these kind of rhythms have probably been around for like ages. Like I reckon like Stone Men probably did like metal beats on fucking Bones and stuff. Like you can't tell me that didn't happen, so it's just a way for me to like bring that together, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Wardruna was a big influence on that. Other bands that are a big influence, definitely Sepultura, like the tribal vibes. Another person said Doom, like Mick Gordon is a huge hero of mine, the guy that did that soundtrack. So, and then bands like White Zombie and Devil Driver as well, I love. So, yeah, just trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know. I listen to lots of stuff.
So one other thing I'm gonna point out in chat. Your super fan says it makes me want to raid and pillage. I agree. but yeah. So here's what I was thinking and why I asked that question. And let me ask one more question before I answer. What tuning were you in? Was it B? Drop B by chance?
No, drop G for that one.
E. Okay, so it was a little lower. I got thrown off. All right. But so what I was feeling and hearing was if, I don't know, Slipknot were Vikings. So and obviously it did not sound like a Slipknot song per se. There were moments of it, but the way, I don't know, maybe it was just the guitar tone with the way it matched up with some of the syncopation in the drums. I started getting like kind of like Slipknot vibes in some of the verses, which was really cool. Yep. But obviously, I mean, I wouldn't know, no one would listen to that except for say, oh, that sounds like Slipknot. I'm just weird like that. But that's what I felt. I just want to throw my 2 cents in. But it's a great song.
Actually is like completely ripped off from Slipknot, I'm sure.
Oh no.
Probably one of their B-sides.
Well, I mean, no, I doubt it. But
no, it's
yeah.
Very yeah, there's definitely those elements in there. Like, and I don't mind. I love Slipknot, so yeah.
Yeah, that's just what I felt, and that's the beauty of music. We all, I mean, look at chat and look at what all we said. everyone hears something just a little bit different. They get a little bit different feel, and that's what makes music awesome.
Yeah.
So great about it. But yeah, that's what I felt. I felt some Slipknot vibes in there, among many others. A bunch of like, it kind of reminded me of some metalcore or metal, and that's where we get Viking feels from. And the vocals throughout, I like the ants. That was your little intro that you mentioned was really cool too. It was different. But overall, man, I'm happy you brought this track because honestly, this is the first time we've had something that's kind of been in this little subgenre. I honestly don't even know what to label it as. But we definitely haven't had a track that sounded like that yet. Yeah. But that's a great thing. Yeah. If you can't be labeled, you. But yeah, it's the first time we've had anything like that on this show. We have a lot of core, we have a lot of gent, so it was nice to get a different flavor. Great track.
Nice.
Yeah. So is this just you got some singles or you have an album coming? What's the game plan?
So this is the title track of a new EP came out a week ago called Erata. So on this there's 3 songs and then like 3 kind of like interlude instrumentals, and the whole EP kind of like flows into one big piece. Like I actually made like a short film using AI and stuff on YouTube, and you can listen to the whole thing like in one big long song. And it's kind of about the idea was like a man climbing a mountain or a person climbing a mountain, and there's different versions of himself that he's like fighting on the way up, and like different temptations and different things like, hey, you fucking suck, you know, like different things trying to pull him back down. But ahead of that, he can see like the best version of himself, and he's like trying to get to that. And he's like, that's the first song where it's like telling, like I'm not really a spiritual person, but I kind of am, like where it's like telling the gods or whatever, it's like, I'm fucking coming for you, like
Cool.
look out, you know, beware, like I'm not fucking stopping no matter what you throw at me. And like, you know, that's where it's saying bear witness and stuff like that. It's kind of like this, it's on kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then the next songs kind of carry that theme on in different ways. So
that's definitely very Viking-esque, because I mean they got those attitude problems where something goes wrong and they want to chase down the gods and they handle it themselves, you know. So it just kind of all into that vibe, man. That's great. So you're saying you have a video that pretty much plays all the tracks in one cinematic kind of great shot, right? You ever do you have any of them broken out, like if we got you back where we could listen to a track with that portion of the video? Or
I actually just released a lyric video for this song today as well. So they'll be released over the next probably next week or so, give them a little bit of space. But I normally make lyric videos, and I normally do like live playthroughs as well. When I get the chance, I do live shows on Twitch and stuff like that. So I'll normally try and do like a live playthrough, which will be kind of different and stuff like that. And but yeah, and then like I release a lot of music. I try and release like a song a month, depending on how it's going and like the writing go. But I write every day, like, and do a lot every day. So and my wife is awesome. Like she supports me in all this. So I spend many hours in this room. It's kind of like all I do really. So yeah, always like songs coming out. I've got another 3 tracks like already lined up that are finished. Another collaboration that I'm doing. I think I'm going to be hitting up some of these bands as well for some collabs.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
if anyone's keen. So there's always like stuff in the works. Live shows on Twitch every week, and like I'm pretty active on social media. I do post every single day on multiple different channels.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you definitely need to shoot me your Twitch handle so I can come find you and follow you, because I'll definitely tune in.
Yeah, cool.
It definitely sounds awesome.
So yeah, it's just Von Spriggan on everything. Like, luckily, it's not really a normal name. So if you search Von Spriggan, it'll pop up on most social media.
Yeah, you made it pretty easy on everyone, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's it.
Great track, man, and definitely, you know, kudos to your wife for supporting you and allowing you to create this great content. I mean, it's a great track. It sounds like you got a good thing going for you, man. And
Thanks,
happy for you. That's awesome.
Shout out to the wife who comes in like, have you eaten today? It's like been 10 hours. Like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
She needs to go raid and pillage that fridge for you, huh?
That's it.
Awesome. So I'm gonna take a second just to see if anyone else wants to throw anything in chat, or if anyone in Discord wants to ask Vaughn anything. You know, go ahead and speak up.
I love your drum sound. I love the fast part with it in this song. This where the drums are just going absolutely bonkers. I love that. And also, I think I think streaming live shows on Twitch, I think that's genius. I think I should probably watch one of those times. I think that's a good idea.
Innovative. I do that normally on Wednesdays. Or it's be Thursday if you're in the States, like I did one yesterday. And then in between that, like I'll do gaming and stuff like that. I've been streaming on Twitch for a while actually. It did start with gaming. And then do the quick story, like I was doing gaming heaps and just like music in the background, completely giving it up on it. I was just making songs for myself and my wife. I got like a skin cancer that nearly killed me, and it was like a big smash in the face of like, you've got to do music. And so from that day I like swapped from like gaming to music full time, and it was like, I've got to actually try and put this out properly. And because before that I was still making music every day. I just kind of gave up on it, you know. I was like, I'll just make it for myself, no one needs to hear this for it to be fun. So but yeah, that changed, so now it's all music.
Well, Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously,
No
you
one
know,
needs to hear your music, but
yeah,
there's nothing wrong with other people hearing it.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, that's it.
and I'm sorry for your misfortune, but at the same time, I mean, I'm kind of thankful because you know we were able now to experience what you have to offer. You know, it's a great thing you're capable of doing. So, I'm definitely
Yeah, it ended up
appreciative.
being a positive thing. I was actually happy that it happened. It sucks. I've got like a pretty nice scar across the chest and stuff. I actually got one cut out yesterday, this little dot here. But yeah, it ended up being a good thing because I would have hit my deathbed, I reckon, and gone, fuck.
Yep.
Really wish I did that.
Yeah.
Really wish I actually gave myself a shot,
Yeah,
so.
and that's one of the cool things about music compared to like say gaming. Whenever you're dead and gone, unfortunately, you leave nothing behind in gaming. Whereas music, you write a song, you release it out there into the world, and it's there forever. You know,
Yeah.
for as long
Yeah,
as people listen
exactly.
to music, it's always going to be out there. You can always be remembered. You can always be experienced. That's one of the coolest things about being a musician and actually going all the way and making sure you release tracks.
Yeah.
That's always rewarding. Kids, grandkids, great
It's
grandkids can always listen.
yeah. Yeah, it's funny too, like what your mind, like I never gave up on music, but I gave up on other people ever caring. And it's so funny. Like, I think, again, that's just from fear. Like, if I am honest with myself, I'm scared of putting it out there and people telling it sucks, and that's even kind of what this song is about, like, is not letting those, like, your own self-doubt and fear kind of be a driving force in your decision making and stop being a pussy.
Yeah.
Release the music.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
all in perception. Like you said, you were hesitant because you didn't think people would like it and yada yada yada. But at the same time, I can say like, don't you think that since you were so hard on yourself that you actually made something really awesome that everyone's gonna love because you were so hard on yourself, So it all
Yeah.
depends on how you look at it. So it definitely, again, you made a great track. You definitely put the hard work in, and it was definitely worth all the effort. And it's a banger.
Thanks, man.
It fit
Thank
in
you.
with Banger Wednesdays. I said it a few episodes ago. I was like, man, I'm gonna feel like a total fool if I call this show Banger Wednesday and nothing hits. Nothing hits hard.
Yeah.
But thankfully, all you guys always show up and provide some badass songs, man. And you're right there with everyone, man, just banging. So
Thanks.
yeah, and
Appreciate it.
yeah, and wife love is strong. Reading in chat. Awesome. That's great, man. All right. Well, let's keep this show moving forward. Up next, we are going to go to Aaron. And Aaron, I know I'm messing your name up, so you can correct me, but he's here with King Seeker, so why don't you say hi to everyone?
I play guitar in Kingseeker, and we're a band from Norway. We just released a new single called New Horizons, which was about um looking back at all the different hardships you have to go through, and then looking back how far you've come, and then just look past all your problems and look to the future. And most of those kind of themes go through the whole album that's going to be released in January 20th, I think it was. So, like, the New Horizon song is kind of like a point of no return um, compared to the themes on the album.
Okay, yeah, I like that. It sounds great. So let me ask you this. So I feel bad because apparently your time schedule is going to be way different than ours. So what time is it over there?
It's about almost three at midnight.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're already in tomorrow, I guess, so to speak. It's
Yeah.
already Thursday for you. Yeah. Well, man,
Yeah,
I greatly appreciate you making it for the show. That's awesome that you made time for us over here in the States. Yeah. So without further ado, I got a habit of talking way too much sometimes, so I'm gonna save it for after the track. So let's go straight to his track. We have New Horizons by King Seeker, and here we go.
mistakes that made you angry. I didn't listen to your wise words. You gave me your trust. It's 'cause of you I live. The sun rises and new horizons reveal themselves to me. As age becomes a consideration, with new eyes I now see. With renewed strength and motivation, I look at life in celebration. A more mature phase in my life begins. Till now, never thought about how hard it must have been. The sacrifices they all made just so that I could live. The sun rises and new horizons reveal themselves to me. Yes, age becomes a consideration. With new eyes I now see. With renewed strength and motivation, I look at life in celebration. A more mature phase in my life begins. In spite of all my flaws, you allowed me my mistakes. Built me up when I was down. 'Cause of you, I'm here today. The sun rises and new horizons reveal themselves to me. As age becomes a consideration, with new eyes I now see. With renewed strength and motivation, I look at life in celebration. A more mature phase in my life begins. The sun rises and new horizons reveal themselves to me. As age becomes a consideration, new eyes I now see. With renewed strength and motivation, I look at life in celebration. A more mature phase in my life begins.
Hell yes. All right, man. I got a few things I gotta say. Okay, let me get you guys pulled up on my screen here so I can look at you real nice. All right. So let me go to chat first and be nice because they got things to say too. Vaughn, that is a staunch face riff. Yeah, love it. They love your screaming vocals. I agree. Those were great. Let's see. Ambient leads. Yes, I was definitely going to touch on that. Thanks, Bo, for pointing that out. That was very well done. I like whatever effects you were using, whatever mix that was on your guitar for that. That was awesome.
Yeah. I don't really know what we did on the guitars because we just did it in the studio, and it's a lot of things behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Where the guy who plays bass in our band, he's also the studio guy, and he does the music production as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, the one thing, and you know, Bo pointed out the leads, and just going to piggyback on what I was wanting to talk about. That chorus, man. You know, I'll probably get crap for it, but like I'm a huge softy when it comes to metal. I love the heavy stuff, but I mean, if you write a really good chorus that's just beautiful and it's very well done, you're gonna hook me for sure because I could care less if you're just gonna do zeros and ones for the rest of the song before and after. If your chorus is good, I'm in. But obviously,
A good chorus is what turns a metal song into a good metal song into a great metal song. Always, no matter what.
Yeah. So like just to be funny for you sports guys, you know how they make the saying, you know, the best offense is a good defense, or vice versa. You know, it's kind of with metal music as well. If you got a good chorus, man, you can really drive a song home. But yeah, obviously I like the heavy stuff too. I like intricate heavy stuff. I like fast stuff too. But man, when it comes to choruses, I got a soft spot, and I'm gonna say it about 20 more times before we move on to the next band. I really, really loved that chorus. It was very well done. This is that part where you insert that little emoji with the little hand. Mwah, you know, it was great. I loved it. A great chorus. Yeah. So I see some people in chat saying you guys need to fly out to Indiana so you can play with their bands. Got Cat's Paw and Elijah giving you a shout.
Yeah.
If you're in the States, drop by Indiana.
Yeah, of course.
So remind me again, you said this is a track off of an upcoming album release you got?
Yeah, the album's going to be called Passing Moments Caught Forever, where it's about a lot of how you could grow as a person, also dealing with a lot of mental illness, like me included, or the other people in the band. We have dealt with different shit from our families, mental issues. Um, our latest, like the EP that is kind of the newest thing we have before this album, was written by me, was about a lot of grief that I went through. About me growing up, um, and dealing with my family, being a father who was drinking a lot, or a mom who wasn't really there when I needed her, and then through a lot of friends I had in high school, which committed suicide. So the EP was about a lot of the things that I went through, and also while I wrote this whole EP, one of my ex-girlfriend was killed in her new apartment. So there were a lot of feelings when we made that EP, and this album is kind of uh, the next step through that story, but it's focused on everybody in the band, not just me as a person. Since I started this band back in, or I started this project back in 2012, and it has kind of become Kingseeker over time. It was kind of official Kingseeker in 2019.
Oh, great.
So that's where this started. Yeah.
Yeah. So like you said, that's a lot of emotion, and that's one of the
Yeah.
driving forces behind, most of us in the community. Emotions, what drives the songs, drives the direction of the songs, and honestly, again, that chorus. I told you I was going to come back to it. That chorus. I feel like, if you didn't have those emotions pushing you to write that type of chorus, it wouldn't have hit the level it hit, because I know for me personally, whenever if I'm mad or angry and I go to write a song, you're probably not going to get much of a chorus, maybe some zeros, and that's my chorus. But again, just hearing everything you talked about, you can definitely feel all that emotion in this track. And again, here we go again. That chorus, I felt it the minute I heard it. I was like, all right, I'm hooked. This is really close and personal, and it's just great, man. It was a great freaking song, and a great chorus. I'll stop saying chorus for the rest of the show because I've probably used up all my choruses for the show. But again, great song, man. Again, like I told you guys before, I had no expectations coming into doing this show. I had no clue what kind of songs I was going to get, and just back to back to back to back great tracks and bangers, and just you guys have put out some really amazing music, and it was just another great example of what our community has to offer. It's just very great track, man. Very great. Anybody else want to chime in on chat or Discord? Go for it. We're open.
All right, we've talked enough about the chorus. Now we got to talk about the breakdown. That beat was my everything. Like, that drum beat is my favorite. That's my favorite sort of drum beat ever. I love I instantly love any music that just does that drum beat at that speed. That is just my everything, and I was very excited to hear some of it tonight.
Outstanding. Yeah, it was great.
It's great.
Go ahead. Go
It
ahead.
was
I ain't much of a question asker, but I will shower you all with praise.
All
Yeah.
right. So Aaron, go ahead.
The music was killer. Really great job. You know, like all around. Just the older kind of metalcore vibes. Really great sound. Really raw. Keep it going.
Yeah, great.
Thank
you. All right, Aaron, you got anything else you want to say before I take it home?
Yeah, like most of the magic comes from all of us in the band coming together. So it's important to stick together and just listen to what your bandmates is saying or wanting to try out, even if you don't really feel like it at the moment. When a lot of people, like maybe 4 or 5 people, have each their own individual sound, and you mix that into one sound, that is what creates the band and the unique sound that everybody wants to put out.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's give and take. You know, everyone puts in a little bit, and you guys come out with a banger track, man. It was a great track. You guys did a great job. Keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Keep that chemistry, however it is, mixing, and just keep throwing them out, man. But yeah, thanks again. So with that said, we're gonna move on to the next band, and we're gonna do something a little different. So normally, as we've seen, I introduce a band, we listen to a track, and then we talk about it. Well, I had these guys. The band's called Among the Lies, and I got Chris and Cherry in Discord, and what they sent me some vlogs of them because they're working on tracks, and I think it's an album, but we'll get it straight from their mouths in a second. And and I was going to play it on the stream, but I'm worried that it won't do it any justice because it is a vlog, and it's kind of done during one of their practices, and I don't want to do that to them. So we're going to get them to come in, tell us about the band, tell us about some of the tracks, and where to go so you guys can go directly to their band site and listen to them yourself. That way we don't have to worry about Twitch degrading their track the way we're doing it here. I'd rather you guys hear it straight from the source. So, Chris and Cherry, why don't you go ahead and give us a little background into the band, let us know about some of these tracks, the album, whatever it is you got going, just fill us in and tell us where to go to check it out.
Among the Lies formed in June of this year. Originally, me, Chris, and our 2 guitarists, Dylan and Alex. You know, we were in a previous band. It didn't really work out, and we started our own band. And then after that, we, you know, spent some time writing new songs that turned out very well. Very well. We've just recently gotten ourselves a new screamer and a new clean and keyboard player, and we are currently in the process of recording our debut album and some singles. Like right now, we've probably written about 6 songs, and there's probably going to be 10 in total on the album. And we also vlog. We like to vlog our practices, which is the main way you can get exposed to us right now on our YouTube, which is just Among the Lies Official. And we do have some demos that we've recorded recently, and so yes, we're going. Yeah, everything is done right now for a couple of these songs, except a little bit of the clean vocals, the keyboards, and the drums, which we currently have MIDI right now.
Okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I use a lot of MIDI drums in my stuff too, and it's great, man. And it's also nice to have something very precise. You know, that way whenever you're laying down your other instrument tracks, you know that your timing's right as long as you match the bass. I mean, the drums, I'm sorry. Whew. But Bo, thank you for that. Thank you for plugging that in there. That's the YouTube for these guys. If you want to go check out their vlogs, for sure. So let me ask you this. Again, I am a musician too. So let me ask you what kind of guitars are you guys using? Are you guys on 6s or 7s? What's your tuning? What I'm trying to get a vibe of what kind of tracks you're going to be dropping.
All right, we have all of our 6-string songs are in drop C tuning, and then for our 7 strings we go to drop A. And in terms of guitars we use, I think one of the guitarists has a PRS and the other has a Schecter, and I generally use Epiphone basses as well as my Schecter 5-string.
Right on. Well, let me ask you this. So how old are you guys?
I am 21, Chris is 24, and the rest of the band is quite a bit older, ranging from, I think, 28 to 32.
Okay, that's what it was, because I did go look at them, and I was like, man, I thought I saw some guys that were a little older, and then you guys show up and they're a little younger. I was like, okay, I'm getting confused. But okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so and remind me again, when do you think you guys are going to start releasing some of those tracks?
So we have.
I'm sorry.
I'll let him speak. I've spoken enough.
So we have 2 tracks that are in pre-production right now. I have to. We're doing all the vocals, guitars, bass, all of that pre-production at Alex's place. Alex is one of our guitarists. However, the room that he has will not fit my drum kit. I have a pretty extensive drum kit. So I have to book some time at a local studio to record drum tracks. The first song we're hoping is going to be ready by probably late March, maybe early April. And then the second song will follow later that year. We're hoping the full album will be ready by the end of 2024, but we're not exactly sure on a release date on any of these yet, as most of it is still in pre-production. And our keyboardist, who also does our clean vocals, was just recently added to the band. So
nice. Yeah, and you know, and one of the biggest reasons why I really wanted to bring you guys on, not just because I wanted to show you guys some love for wanting to be heard, but like everybody in this Discord and anyone listening that's in a band has been right where you were, trying to get this stuff together. And you know, I remember, you know, I'm kind of showing my age a little bit. I'm not old by any means, but old enough to know better. But I remember when we were first in my first band and we were trying to get coordinated and like, hey, let's try and record some music and go to a studio. And we were trying to practice and do some scratch recordings. You know, I remember hanging that one microphone from the ceiling, going into like one little recorder and trying to record our tracks that way. I don't know if that's what you guys did or not, but I remember doing that. And it was just like, oh my God, what is wrong with us? Because no matter,
we actually did hang a microphone from the ceiling for some demos, not like anything we planned on using for anything other than personal practice.
Well, yeah, and see, and that's the thing, and that's what's one of the coolest. I say it's coolest, but it's one of the, I don't know, it is cool. I mean, it's a journey to go from, because you guys are going to get there eventually too. You're going to go from hanging a microphone from your ceiling and getting these rough scratch tracks. You got these vlogs, you know, showing where you guys are now, and then pretty soon you guys are going to have these fully mixed, mastered, produced tracks, and it's going to be like, holy crap, we went from here to there. Listen, look at us now. And that was really why I wanted to bring you guys on, because I think a lot of people listening and that are here can relate. And you know, I just really wanted everyone to be here and show love to you, because we've been there, and just tell you, just keep doing whatever you guys are doing. Just keep hammering it, keep putting in the work. And as soon as you guys get those tracks ready, let me know, and we're going to do this again. We're going to get you guys on, and we're going to listen to your track start to finish like everyone else, and we're going to talk about it, and I'm sure it's going to be a banger. So
we are so coming back the week that Cold Day in Hell drops.
Nice. I love it. But yeah, thank you guys for you know, reaching out to me and working with me on this, because this is definitely a little unorthodox from what I normally do, but again, I really wanted to bring you guys in, show you guys some love, and keep banging it, man. So let me ask you this: where are you guys located?
We're out
in
of
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, okay, all right, love it. All right, anybody in chat or in Discord want to say anything or ask any questions?
I was gonna say, like, with the MIDI stuff, man, don't be too afraid to put out MIDI stuff first. Like, unless you have a budget for it and can afford to like record your drums, because yeah, bands like Spirit Box and stuff, man, that's all MIDI. Like most modern bands, like there's so much MIDI, so don't let it hold you back if it's like going to cost you a fortune. Because I've been there before. You go, I want to record my drums, and it's like $3,000 later, and all this mic, and you end up with this shit recording anyway that you only half use. So
Yeah, definitely. A lot of
And
bands.
pro bands are going to
don't
do
do that. I do it with my last band. It's like you can record your drum. Oh, sorry. That broke up.
Go ahead, Bo.
I said pro bands
So
do.
just record your drums with one microphone, and you can port it into like Ableton, and it will like do it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got all kinds of options. There's nothing wrong with MIDI drums.
Yeah.
Like in a mix, most of the time you're not even going to tell.
Yeah, and honestly, you know, I guess it depends, but a lot of times, most of the drums, the live drums recorded are triggered anyway. You're not even hearing the real drums; you're hearing the trigger off of those drum recordings. So yeah, definitely don't be afraid to. But I mean, definitely if you wanna put in the money and the time and go do it in the studio, definitely do that too to get that experience. But definitely don't be scared to go a different route if it's hurting your budget or anything, for sure.
Yeah, I've just seen like bands hold themselves back from it, and they're like, "Oh, we're saving for this." And it's like, "Oh, you can still like do stuff, like you know." But it is also super fun to record real drums if you ever get the chance to do it in a proper studio. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
At the very least, I probably would have been game to send basically one of our for one of our 3 current studio demos demos with the MIDI drums, but we didn't.
All good, man.
Yeah, we don't have any of those uploaded on any platforms besides like private, this like practice stuff.
Yeah,
so,
no worries.
And it's all raw recordings as of now. So
yeah, and definitely don't rush and push out something that you guys fully aren't proud of, because I hate to say first impressions, but first impressions, you definitely want to make sure that you guys are ready to be heard, with the best quality and best effort you guys can put into it, for sure. So definitely don't rush it. You guys are always welcome here whenever that happens, so don't worry about that part. Just make sure you guys are happy with what you're putting out there. That's all that matters. And
again, we'll be back when the single drops.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna look at chat here. I see the super fan again. She wants room tours of jam setups and studios for all these guys. it's like MTV Cribs for the metal musician, right? Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah.
Well, keep an eye out on our YouTube channel, Among the Lies Official. I can definitely do a tour of the drum kit I use, and I'm sure Terry would be willing to do a bass rig tour. And
yeah, man, just keep making
our
content.
Next practice is probably on the 31st, and we'll definitely be sure to vlog it.
Nice, awesome, cool. Well, again, like I told everyone earlier, this video will eventually come down from Twitch because Twitch doesn't keep them. So this is going to be re-uploaded in YouTube. In the YouTube description, I'm going to put plugs to find find all these bands. So if you want to go check out those vlogs and you didn't get it from the chat here, which Bo was kind enough to put in. Wait, that's right here. Which Bo was kind enough to put in. They'll be in YouTube. And guys, whenever you drop that track, we'll get you back on. We'll play it, and then you guys will be added to the Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. So just keep in touch, okay?
This is a 100% guarantee. That track will be on here.
Nice. All right, guys. All right. So let's keep this show moving forward. We got Cat's Paw up next, and I have AJ and Brandon, right?
You got me at least.
All right. And I tell you what, remind us what you do in the band, who you are, and give us some insight into the band and the track.
Sure. My name's Brandon, and I'm the lead vocalist in the band. You'll hear some highs and some lows in this. I'm a little nervous because obviously everybody else to this point has been pretty brutal. We bring a little bit of a lighter feel, maybe, a little poppy, but a little bit of heaviness, brutality there too. But the funny thing is that I think through all of this music that we listened to today, the common thread is this idea that, overcoming depression. It seems like it's kind of all there. It's like the gist of all of it, and this song "Low" it's definitely that. So it is about COVID and kind of sitting around and feeling worthless, barricaded in my room, and not knowing what the next day is going to look like, what the next year is going to look like, and will I ever do music again. And lo and behold, there's still music for me. I'm older, by the way, so whenever I hear these guys, saying the 28-year-old's the old guy, it made me feel age check here. So,
Yeah.
39 here, so just throwing that out there.
Well, me and you're knocking on the same doors. I'm not going to disclose my actual age because screw that.
I have no shame.
Yeah, he's got. Yeah, I still got a little shame left to burn, and I'm not burning it just yet. But no, I'll still throw down with all of you. So don't get any ideas.
Honestly,
Oh yeah.
add to that.
Right.
Julius Caesar didn't start conquering Gaul and Rome and stuff till he was 40. So he created the Roman Empire after he was 40.
Yep.
You're fine, dude.
Yeah. So what you're saying is there's still time.
I'll take
Nice. It. Awesome. Love it. So, you know what? Let's go straight to the track for us a little bit older guys. And we got Cat's Paw, and this is their track "Low." Here we go.
What do you stand for? You lie back down, let another day slip away. You'll make your mark somehow. So waste the fucking time. Does it feel to be on the inside looking up? Does it feel to be afraid to yourself? It can't bear your reflection. You can't handle the truth. Dealing the problem support you. You're sinking in the sand. What do you stand for? You might back down, let another day slip away. You'll make your mark somehow. So waste of fucking time. Does it feel to be on the inside looking up? Does it feel to be afraid to yourself? It can't bear your reflection. You can't handle the truth.
right. All right, we gotta talk, buddy. First off, you're I'm calling you out. You're a tad bit of a liar. Cause he's like, before we go into this track, everyone out here was bangers. We're a little softer, and then all of a sudden you get a minute into the song, and all of a sudden they start getting all nasty and stuff. So like a liar, bro. But yeah. Looking at the comments, I do see some people were feeling the used vibes. I agree. Your vocals definitely are in that realm. I don't know if I would call it, or if you would be comfortable with me calling it, kind of in that screamo realm.
That's fine.
Yeah, I definitely get those vibes. It's a great sound. I love it. And again, just kind of jumping back real quick to what I said earlier. I never knew what I was getting myself into doing this show, and I had all those concerns. And one of the things I really didn't want was for every band to come in here and just be like zeros and ones and bang our heads. And so I get really excited whenever we have a band that comes in and kind of jumps to a different end of the spectrum. You guys definitely brought that screamo feel. Definitely you touching on metalcore too as well, and it's great to get that contrast because when you get bands like that in these shows, it helps you appreciate both ends. When you get the bangers, you're like, okay, I just heard this song this on this spectrum, now I'm over here heavy, and then vice versa. We were just really, really heavy, and then we came over this, which is still heavy, just a different kind of heavy. So it makes for a great contrast. I love it. It shows the diversity of our genre and all the subgenres underneath it. So again, I'm still calling you a liar because it was a banger. And but it was a great track, man. Well done. I mean,
Thank you.
I can't say anything bad about it. I wouldn't. There's nothing. It's great.
I'm here for the abuse. But
it's a great track, man. There's nothing else to say about it. I don't have to lie or anything. It's just a great track, and everyone in chat liked it, and I saw the guys in Discord banging just as hard to that song as they did all the other tracks, and it's a good song. Let's see, does anyone else have any questions or comments for this, man? I saw you kind of answered some of the questions. Everyone was wondering, a few people were wondering where you guys are from, and you put I think it was New York, right? Yeah, Rochester.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with where like Buffalo is, we're kind of just a little bit over from that. So, yeah, we'll just say Western New York.
Yeah. Well, isn't the saying like if you don't live in New York City, everywhere else is upstate New York? Isn't that what you guys say or something like that? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because New York City is at the very bottom. Yeah. So
yeah, it's not New York.
so let me ask you this. I'm looking at chat. So let me ask you this: are you guys planning on touring in Australia anytime soon? Because apparently you got some fans out that way.
Oh man, I would hop on that plane yesterday for sure. We're very new. I actually joined the band. This is my first single with this band. This band's been established for a minute, but we are intending on doing a small, stateside tour, hopefully in the near future. But who knows? If we get enough traction, and if I beg hard enough on some of these platforms, maybe I can get the funding necessary.
Well, you're not far from Indiana. I know there's a couple bands from Indiana in here.
That's the only reason why I said I can go to Indiana. So as long as the Norwegian band, Australian band, as long as we can converge upon Indiana, I think that's fairly central for all of us stateside guys.
So Vaughn, what you got to do is you got to put a call in to like Parkway Drive and a few other of your buddies out that way and get them over. Have a nice big show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah.
That's great, man. Oh, all right. Any other comments in chat or anyone in Discord want to say anything about this track? That was a good track.
I want to say the vocals
I
are
like
awesome.
the clean vocals.
Yeah, I'm really hit and miss with like that style of singing. Like it's either I love it or hate it, and like you were very much on the love it spectrum, so it's nice. Like because I've had awesome bands like The Used was mentioned in there. Like every time he did his clean singing, it really kind of threw me off, and it's like, why don't you scream the whole time, man? It sounds way cooler. But it's nice, man. That sounds good.
His cleans actually reminded me a bit of the previous Among the Lies vocalist before we got our current ones. His clean singing did.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess to piggyback on what Vaughn's saying, I can agree because like one of the things with that genre that'll I don't want to say turn me off is you get those screamo singers and they pretty much live up to what the screamo abbreviation, I guess if you want to call it, was from. I mean, it was screaming and emotional, and you had those guys that I don't know, I guess would try too hard to put the angst and that emotion in their vocals that it would just like it would almost start like whining. And it's like, okay, there's a difference between screaming, singing, and just whining. And you definitely weren't that. You are clean vocals. Your vocals are strong. There's definitely no whining in there. It was well done. And like Vaughn said, when you start crossing that bridge, you kind of lose me. But you guys didn't. It was very well done. I loved it. Any other comments or questions for this guy?
You guys had some sneaky stuff in there though, like the crazy like range of the screaming
You're too easy.
behind the clean vocals is fucking great. And then just the
and I really did enjoy
stuff.
everybody else too.
Yeah. Again, and that's just Bo just reinforcing what I said earlier. You lied. You came with all that awesome stuff. Yeah. That's how you should start all your shows, Come in, it's like, okay, guys, we're coming, bring a little soft side and then just beat them in the face,
I will do that. Just for you guys, I will.
Yeah. Shout out to Banger Wednesday. We're bringing the softness.
My band actually joked about like sneaking into an indie festival and being like, oh yeah, we play indie pop, and then just throwing in our metal set.
Hey, you joke, but where I'm from, it was hard to get on a bill whenever you were a metal band, and I can't tell you how many times I tried to get us on like rock and alt set list, and I would never send them the full track. I'd always send them like the snippet of like where we were, like a split second soft in our choruses or whatever. Like, yeah, here's a sample. Here's a sample. I wasn't lying to them. I said, here's a sample of what we
Did they ever fall for it?
Unfortunately, no. But we've been on some interesting bills in my time. I haven't gigged in forever, but we've been on some interesting bills. I'm like, why are we playing for these people? But yeah. Whenever I did the little sample trick, it never worked. We normally landed on those weird bills showing them the full tracks, an actual press package whenever that was a thing, But yeah, so I've been there, dude. But yeah, any other comments or questions? Great track. Loved it.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank you guys too, because full disclosure, I don't even listen to my genre of music as much as maybe people that make the kind of music do. I listen to what you guys make. Like I was the Sepultura guy. I listen to all that brutality and I love it. And I don't know, I just I express myself differently. But man, if I showed you my playlist, you'd be believers. I'm straight metalhead till the day I die. So
yeah,
I appreciate
That's
it.
okay. I'm more into thrash metal than the metalcore my band does.
Yeah,
I'll take thrash too.
Yeah, it's funny, and I'm not gonna take too much away from Elijah because they're gonna speak for themselves pretty soon. Next, actually, but we talked about it when they were on last time, how their backgrounds were so different, and then they came together and came out with the style they have. And it's same thing for me. I cut my teeth on. We talked about it. Then I cut my teeth on Mudvayne. That's why I brought him up earlier. And
love Mudvayne.
Yeah, but I play. Not you guys won't hear the track tonight, but the newer stuff I'm working on, I'm on 8 strings in drop, E. That's not Mudvayne, But yeah, cut my teeth on Mudvayne with that's drop C with 6 strings. But yeah, it's just crazy how we have all these backgrounds, but we always pave these weird paths, but it's cool. It's always good stuff. It's always unique. It's great. But again, man, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you and the rest of the guys in that band for putting together this track. Again, I was just very happy that we had a little different flavor tonight, and honestly, everybody kind of brought a different flavor. And tonight's show, what I really have been enjoying about this, because again, I don't listen to any of these tracks ahead of time, so I'm not picking the flavors. I'm just getting dealt it live, and yeah, this is great. But again, thanks again. That was Cat's Paw. And now we're going to move to our final band, which is Elijah. And I got Steven and Bo. And again, thank you guys, because for those listening, I had some other bands lined up. They dropped, and I had these guys on recently. So I reached out to them and said, hey, guys, I'd love to have you back. Can you fill a spot? And here they are last minute. So you guys take it away and tell them all what I already know.
Well, we're Elijah. We're a metalcore band from Indianapolis, Indiana. Bo likes to call us MySpace metalcore because you'll get to hear a lot of like mid 2000s metalcore from our songs. And the song that we are going to be playing is a song called Scranton Strangler. It's the name of the song was a working title, and we could never find a better name for it, and so we just kept it. And the song is more of an observation on just how the world is living alone.
Okay.
And how it tears into themselves.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. If you guys would have changed the name and then had told me the story afterwards that it was originally called that, I would have been mad that you changed it. So glad you didn't.
My band loves our working titles. We like Cold Day in Hell I mentioned earlier. That song was called "Doing Your Mom" for months.
Very nice. Yeah, this song is you'll hear the words "a world of so many lost and dying on their own" throughout the song, and it's just an observation of like 2020 and how destructive it was on so many people. So
yeah. So Bo, do you have anything to add before I step in?
No, this is kind of the first song that we kind of nailed down. Yeah, I don't know. It's just all my titles are goofy titles to start with, and we try to name them something better, and sometimes we just don't come up with a name for them. But no. It's just a lot of fun. Like you said, it's just kind of a mashup of just all the different kind of stuff that we like to listen to. So
yeah. So I was kind of lying to you. I wasn't gonna step in and say anything. I was just gonna step in and say, like, I already know what these guys bring to the table, so I'm gonna let the track do the talking for me, and then we'll circle back afterwards. So let's just go ahead and hop straight into their track. It is called, obviously, like he said, the Scranton Strangler, which is a great title. I love it. And this is Elijah. Here we go. All right, fellas. All right, real quick. Guitar tone, dude. I think I said it on the last time I had you guys on. I love you guys' guitar tone. So I'm gonna ask real quick. Is it? Are you miking cabs or is that plugins or are you DI or what?
Oh, it's all mic cabs. I'm really, really adamant about that for the sound that we want is just being old school with it. I'm really crazy about the amps, speakers in the cabs and all that. Like I use a lot of the Synergy stuff, which has like the little modules for the preamps going through all tube power amp and everything. So it's all tube. It's really cool. So like the main tones on most of our songs really are like a Fryette Deliverance or a Fryette Pitbull module and Soldano SOL module,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then old school crank 4x12s with like one of them's a Texas Heat, like the Frankenstein that's just completely stock. Uh, the other one's got like DB77s and a couple other things in it. Just really, really kind of particular about that. Doing that with 7 strings with like high output pickups, Lundgrens. That's kind of took a lot of time to find that sound.
Yeah, and that's why I asked because it originally didn't sound like it was DI'd. It definitely had that feel like that's an actual speaker driving right there because it's just something in the chug that you could pick up like, hey, that's a speaker just being driven to high hell, which is great.
Yeah.
but you kept the balance though because it was still very clear.
Yeah. I can't get that sound otherwise. And the guys that we go to like have a lot of experience trying to make it sound how we want to. So
yeah. So let me go straight to the chat real quick because I did kind of ignore them a little bit. I'm sorry. I was too busy listening. Let's see. They liked your chorus. Guitar was saucy. That's plush. Someone was feeling, that's Matt, said he was getting some Soilwork vibes. Yeah, that Soilwork kind of has that metalcore, and you guys definitely hit in that metalcore realm for sure. Breakdown grooves hard. Yeah, so again, great track. Everyone in chat seemed to enjoy it. I enjoyed it. Again, I said it earlier. If you got a really good chorus, which the whole song was great, but I really enjoyed you guys' chorus as well, and that hooked me for sure. And just again, the chorus complements the heavier parts complement the chorus, and when you do it right, both kind of excel in their own way. So very well done. It definitely gave me a little bit different feels from the last track. I mean, not that you guys exited your genre and stepped into another one, but definitely got a little bit different feels in that one as far as metalcore. Like I don't know, maybe not so traditional metalcore like your other track. Maybe a little bit more towards the modern side. I felt in some aspects.
That's kind of the goal. Like kind of a little bit of a blend.
Yeah.
As much as we can.
Yeah, it was great. I like that track. It was great. And again, great name for a great track. I liked it all the way around. Anybody else in chat's got anything to say or ask, or anyone in Discord?
So with the miking the guitar cabs, do you guys do that at home, or do you go to like a separate studio, or?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, we've got a studio that we go to that's local, and these guys have been recording since like 2002, and they're very old school in how they record. And we did drums were mic'd, cabs were mic'd, bass amp was mic'd. Everything is very, very old school. So
yeah. So I do have an interesting question. You know what? I don't know why I didn't think to ask it the first time you guys came on. Does the band name have a particular meaning? Why that band name?
It doesn't really have a meaning. Honestly, like our vibe was more like the solid state, tooth and nail kind of bands. And for whatever, like our drummer kind of came up with the name while we were kind of working on it. You're just like, I mean, it just kind of hits that like Zayo, Haste Today, Living Sacrifice, like those kind of bands, like it kind of hits that feel kind of dead on for like the vibe that we were going for anyways for the band. And it just kind of fit. Got that little bit like maybe like almost like a biblical thing, and just kind of like it's just kind of a strong word, I guess. We were just like, yeah, that's it. That sounds good.
Right, and honestly, whenever I first saw you guys submit the track, that was my first thought. I was like, hey, is this like maybe a religious band? I mean, that would be cool. But I mean, no big deal if you're not. But that was my first thought too with that name, because you know, I've been around the block. I know that name normally comes with some biblical or religious backing. But no, cool. I mean, it was a good question. Again, I don't know why I didn't ask it last time. But yeah. Any other questions or comments for these guys?
I just want to say, this is Chris from Among the Lies. I've actually heard that song before. It's on my metalcore, deathcore playlist. So I'm actually a pretty big fan of you guys, and
thank you.
Yeah, I didn't know coming into
supporting
this that
small
you guys were on the
artists.
show. So awesome to meet you guys. Keep rocking out.
Yeah, it's funny how that works, huh? Funny story. So, on one of my tracks on my first album, I hooked up with this guy, and he did some clean vocals on one of my tracks, and I just ran into him randomly online, no band reference or anything, and then later on I realized that same scenario, he played in a band that I had in one of my playlists. And I was like, holy crap. So I reached out to him, like, dude, all this time we said here we collaborate, we do a song together, and I had no clue you had been in my playlist already. So it's just funny how small this world can be sometimes. I mean, look at us right now in Discord. We have Australia, one complete other side of the globe. You got Norway, and then we're as far north as Canada, and then the rest of us fools in the U.S. But in one show, we pretty much cornered the damn globe, and it's just crazy how easy it is to connect with people nowadays. But that's awesome though. That's a funny coincidence that you had them in your playlist. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you so much, seriously, for giving us a listening and putting us on a playlist and having listened to us before the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, so you guys are being heard in Salt Lake City, bro.
Pretty rad.
Yeah, nice.
Pretty rad.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah, and to one of the previous comments around the choruses, like I'm the vocalist. I do the screaming and the clean vocals, and like I'm meticulous about like the chorus has to have a hook. Like I totally agree. And so like I grew up on like literally 2 streets down is where Haste Today used to practice back when they were like,
oh, that's awesome.
Growing up. Yeah, I'm buddies with a few of the guys in the band, and I'm very much influenced by how they do choruses, and then how they add harmonies into choruses as well. So you'll hear a lot of those influences in my chorus writing. But yeah.
Yeah, those guys were definitely on my MySpace playlist for sure.
Actually, I have a bunch of Haste Today stuff all over my basement. I've got a bunch of their old guitars, their wireless systems, their Marshall cabs.
Oh wow,
yeah,
that's cool, man. That's
wow, really?
Yeah, there's on the other side of my basement. It's a mess right now, but I've got a bunch of cabs, and Brennan, who's their one of their guitarists and their clean vocalists, one day was just like, "Hey, I got these cabs in my garage. Do you want them?" I was like, "Yeah, on my way."
Yeah, that's
the bass
awesome.
amp that I used to practice with at the practice space we rent used to be like it was one that the Commodores took on tour. They recently got rid of it, but for a while I was playing that cab.
Nice.
That's funny. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to say or comment for these guys?
If not, I will say we've recorded 4 new songs that all the instruments have been recorded back in early November, but my ass got bronchitis, and
Oh, that'll
I
do it.
couldn't scream or sing worth shit. I tried going in a few times, and it just did not work out. So I plan on going in beginning of this next year to finish those up, and we'll be releasing monthly songs. So
We got a show in Indianapolis on January 5th at Long Shot. If you're in Indy and you want to stop by, it starts at 9 o'clock.
yeah.
Nice.
Which I don't like because I'm 38 and that's past my bedtime. So
Nice. Yeah, he's putting himself out there for you guys. He's staying up past his bedtime. You gotta go show
right.
show the love. All right, man. So what a good show, man. We had so many different flavors from so many different subgenres. We had some young blood come in and you know, show us what they're working on, and we got that to look forward to. We had different ends of the globe on. Just another great episode, man. I get so excited whenever all these episodes are you know, going, and it's just so much good stuff. And so yeah, let's go ahead and start wrapping this up with a bow. So thank you everyone for tuning into this episode. This episode will be available on Twitch for, I think it's a week before Twitch pulls them down. However, I will have this recording on YouTube forever. If you guys want to go back and watch it again, or if you missed it and you're watching from the future, hey future, you're on YouTube. We'll have band descriptions in the description for YouTube, and every one of these tracks you heard tonight will be on the official Banger Wednesday Spotify playlist. And that was a lot. I gotta catch my breath for a second. With that said, again, big shout out to the bands for putting in the hard work, and that is the whole reason why I started doing this, because I felt like these guys that are out here putting in this hard work need to be heard just as much as the other guys that get all the promotion and platforms they can ask for. So it's big kudos and thank you to those guys for putting in the work and put in the effort to get me the track and work with me so we can put this show together. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone that tuned in to support these guys and support the show. Because that's what's going to keep this community going. We have a great community in the metal community. And it's for reasons like this that it continues to thrive. So let's keep supporting each other. And that's it, guys. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Bands, if you want to mute and hang on, I will meet you guys back in Discord after we wrap up this show. And everyone watching and listening from wherever you're watching and listening from, thanks for tuning in. And we will see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And yeah, go ahead, wave, guys. Headbang, throw up your horns, whatever it is. Yes. All right, guys. And if you guys are cool with it, I say this all the time. I don't like plugging my band in this, but if you guys don't mind, I would like to play one of mine to play us out. And, always hit me up and give me some notes because I deserve the notes just as much as everyone else. So, all right. Here we go, guys. Go ahead and bands, go ahead, put yourself on mute, and let's get this show wrapped up. This is a track from my band, Forged by Titans. It's featuring Amin Yayazadeh. He's from Iran, and this track is called Everyone Dies, Some Never Live. Here we go.
Future into the unknown. Return the voice from the Lord. You have many choices to make. Will you be remembered? Did you drown in the void of life, or become a legend for eternity? You have many choices to make. Will you be remembered? Did you drown in the void of life, or become a legend for eternity? Way have a lot to have. Days go by, faster and faster. The last blade cold. The past become more distant. The future is coming nearer. There's your forget the path. Another time to pass. Will tomorrow bring relief? Tomorrow is another day. Will tomorrow bring relief? Tomorrow is another day. Venture into the unknown. Return the voice from the Lord. You have many choices to make. Will you be remembered? Did you drown in the void of life, or become a legend for eternity? You have many choices to make. Will you be remembered? Did you drown in the void of life, or become a legend for eternity? Did you forget the path? Another step to pass.